for sure, because I'm hearing ringing like right now. But it was bad. For me, it was super loud.
That's it was kind of bad. It was worse inside the red coconut than it was outside of it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we were lucky to be outside. Did you see the comments that I was making yesterday about Brendan Fraser?
Somewhat, yes.
But when Brendan Fraser walked on stage, the very first thing that I thought of was he's dressed just like Pro. It was
Oh
just really
man,
funny to me.
it
Um,
it was fun watching people's faces when they realized Pro was actually Pro. That was
yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. No, that was one of the best parts about it. Although I still think that a lot more people would have recognized him if somehow he was able to just maintain this all night
Yeah,
long. I don't know how you do that, but like,
you got to get some kind of contraption that goes around your neck and holds it up.
yeah, people would, if he would have been like people, because nobody recognized him, obviously, like right away, because he
He should
was
have
Matt.
worn a he should have worn a blurred fart when he had the blurred face thing,
Oh, that would have been really really funny if he would have had like a
like a
blurry.
face mask that blurred.
Yeah. Yeah, Texas 8412. It was pretty funny. He's great though. We definitely appreciate Pro and everything that he is doing over there. And then but you know who else we appreciate, Tom? Somebody who comes to us from the future, and I always love having her on.
Doc, calm down, okay? Just calm down. It's me, it's Marty.
No, it can't be you! I sent you back to the future!
Hey, Doc, that's right, but I came back again. I came back from the future. Don't you remember last night? You fainted. I brought you home.
This can't be happening! You can't be here! It doesn't make sense for you to be here! I refuse to even believe that you are here!
But she is here. And she laughs every single time.
Well,
It's
she
a
gets a
funny
giggle out of that,
clip.
doesn't she?
I really appreciate the fact that you laugh every time you come on. It's
I love it because he's like,
well, Christopher Lloyd, man, I will say this about Christopher Lloyd. He is surviving. Breaking news, Christopher Lloyd is still alive, which is great because all things considered,
he's
the way,
such a viejito now. I'm like,
yeah. If he came to the con,
That
he's
would be
actually one
insane.
person I might be willing to pay
to wait
to
for.
to wait for. So, interesting thing about the cons, I found this out last year. Autographs typically cost less than the photo ops. Is that right, Tom? Or
I
do you
didn't pay
know?
attention to that, to tell you the truth.
Okay. Well, from what I remember looking through the price list and stuff, and I haven't done it, I've never bought, but my understanding is autographs cost less. But at the autograph table, you can take a selfie with them. So technically, you're getting a photo and an autograph. The difference with the photo op is that the photo op, you actually get a nice professionally taken photo, but I don't know. I don't know. It seems like the interaction would be more personalized at the autograph table. Though it was really funny. I remember trying to get Dean Kane's attention last year at the con because, of course, we'd done a movie together. But I'm like, no, he's way too busy doing that other stuff, and I'm not going to get his attention. So don't even bother with that. How you doing today, Erica?
Good. Having
Good,
a
good.
snacky.
Oh yeah, she was showing us. I'm not even going to go there
Yeah,
because
she was doing ASMR, opening the bag and everything. Now I'm hungry. Thank you.
yeah, no,
Oh,
no.
you're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thanks a whole hey diddle of a lot. But you know what? I hear a knock at the door from a spectral person.
What? Who's there? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, I must be going. Da, 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 da. Remember that?
Yeah. LW Ghost is in the house. How you doing?
Well, my backyard is finally not noisy, so I've been sitting here. But as I told you guys, you're like the whole light a cigarette and the dinner shows up thing, you know?
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this guy to come do the first trim of the spring for weeks, and naturally he shows up right when I'm ready to go on with you and makes too much noise. So that's why I've been vamping. But what are you snacking on, Erica? And did you bring enough for the whole class?
And you guys take the show for a second, because I got something based on that I want to show you. I got to find it, though. Give me a second. Vamp.
Oh, no, I did not bring enough for the whole class, but I got a Turkish spiced blend popcorn.
Oh, my goodness. Turkish spice blend.
Yeah, I really wouldn't say it's Turkish. It's just paprika, Himalayan salt, garlic powder, onion powder.
Sounds good.
And a caramel popcorn.
Kalamata olives. Ooh, you got a lot of popcorn. I'm going to have to
I
have
love popcorn.
now.
And I love making it. So I got the guy's ingredients, which is all I need.
Well, the proper ratio of ingredients matters, doesn't it?
Oh, that's not hard to do. And I got this. They are cocoa dusted chocolate walnuts with coffee. It's got Turkish coffee in there too. And it is really good.
Can I have a bag, please? I'll take 2.
So there's some major Turkish vendor of snacks in your neighborhood.
Yeah,
I guess, huh?
they're on base at the mall, and I love flavored popcorn, so I was like, ooh, and I bought except for the white chocolate and the regular chocolate. Where that was a miss. I don't know what he was doing there, but nope.
Not traditionally Turkish delights.
No, and it didn't turn out that great.
But Tom,
the
there's a
other
place
stuff
that I stop on the way down to Florida and back all the time. They're called Ellis Brothers, but their nickname or whatever, and their website is We're Nuts, and they are the freshest, best pecans anywhere.
Really?
Anywhere.
Oh,
And they do
nice.
all kinds of different variations and flavors and coatings and even like sugar-free ones. And they're right there along the freeway in
Vienna.
Okay.
which one, honey?
Vienna.
Oh, Vienna, Georgia.
Okay.
Oh, wait a second. It's not called Adcock pecans, is it?
No, that's a good one too, but this one's better. The Adcock is the one up on the hill
Okay.
that kind of looks like a plantation-y
Yeah,
building.
that's the one we always went to. I didn't know there was another one.
Go to We're Nuts.
Okay.
WE''RE nuts. You can go look at their website.
I like
And they
to-
do really, really good sugar-free cinnamon sugar nuts of various kinds, cashews and peanuts.
wait.
stuff like that.
I leave for 2 seconds, and all of you suddenly you guys are talking
went
about
nuts.
We're snacking, and you caught me
We went
crunching my
nuts.
bagel chips.
Oh, nuts. Okay, so
Sure.
I have this. This is the best thing, the best notification I've ever gotten from my community where I live.
Uh-huh.
Do I
You're
really
gonna
want to
love
know?
this. You're gonna love this. It's so funny. Let me see if I can.
What on earth?
Okay, so
Oh, is that for where you live, your neighborhood?
where I live, and it's so funny because I have literally been asking for this for like the last, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years, like a long time, because it gets bad sometimes. In
Fragrant, does it?
where-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fragrant.
So so this is funny for anybody that watched the other day. I think I was doing a live stream outdoors here, a vertical live stream, a pop-up. And I don't know if anybody in the chat that's there saw it, but I literally, like, I'm doing the stream and I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody's token up right now. I smelled it, like, and I look over and I see the people sitting out on their porch, just lighting up, and I'm like, I think I'll film them. Let's put them on the live stream. Here's the thing, and I love what this says. This says this is a reminder that while Florida law allows limited medical use of this substance, federal law still considers it an illegal substance. Because our community follows federal law, the use, possession, or sale of it, whether medical or recreational, is not allowed anywhere on property. So we must remain a substance-free property. This means that use, even with a prescription, it's not permitted. Any violation of this policy may result in the termination of your lease.
So they're going to raid people and look for their gummies?
I don't know about gummies. It's not. I don't care.
I think it's more smoking it because you can smell it.
Here's the thing: people are smoking it outside while children are running around playing. And that's where it gets really, really bad.
Although, I hate to even mention it because they'll hear it and they'll do it. But the next big innovation on YouTube could become smell-o-vision.
Oh my goodness gracious me! Yeah, we don't need that. Hey, we have one more super thing before we get to the stories. Izzo's Place came in and gifted Follow the Bradley's Fun membership, which went to, let's see if I can find it. Born in Boston, 61 is a brand new member of the channel. So congratulations, Born in Boston.
So does he park his car in Harvard Yard? That's what
he parks his car in Harvard Yard. So Izzo's Place, thank you so much. And we are going to celebrate, and then we'll get on to the first story.
To Izzo's Place. Cheers.
There we go. Izzo's Place, thank you so much. And let's get on to our first story of... Wait, do I have that up there? Do I have this? Okay. I want to make sure I'm ready to go. I think I am. Out of that Park Place, Disney confirms there is a resort perk for the Rockin' Roller Coaster starring the Muppets. This is interesting. This is out of thatparkplace.com by our good friend Cham Lee. It's an interesting thing. There's the concept art for the Muppets Rockin' Roller Coaster pre-show by the Disney Parks. Walt Disney World has confirmed that Rockin' Roller Coaster starring the Muppets will be included in its official guest benefit program when the attraction opens in summer 2026. The ride is a reimagined version of the long-time and now currently closed Rockin' Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith at Disney's Hollywood Studios. It will be part of early theme park entry and extended evening hours for eligible resort guests. Under these programs, guests staying at Disney resort hotels, and I think it's only the deluxe ones, can enter a theme park ahead of the general public each morning, and on select nights remain in the park after regular closing hours when extended evening hours are offered. Early theme park entry is available to... Okay, so it says early theme park entry is available to all Disney Resort hotel guests, while extended evening hours are limited to guests at Deluxe and Deluxe Villa. Okay, so there it is. Extended evening hours are Deluxe and Deluxe Villa resorts only in select partner hotels. What does that mean? I think it is the Four Seasons as well as the Swan and Dolphin. I don't know if there's any others than that, but those have always been considered deluxe. I will say this: if you're staying at something like the All Stars, you have to get up super early to get the early entrance because you're going to have to stand in line, wait for a bus. And once you finally are able to get on the bus, and it might not be the first bus, you might get the second or third bus. And so you could be waiting a half an hour for that bus.
So it's like being in a line for a ride anyway.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's exactly that. So it's going to be
no, Tom! It's standing in line to get a ride, to go to the ride, to get to the ride.
Exactly. Lots of standing. Yeah, interesting. What was that?
Oh, this? You want to hear it?
As long as it's not. Oh, that's what that was. The hammer. Okay.
Yeah,
The hammer's coming.
that's the mod thing. I
Cool,
couldn't
cool.
find a wrench.
So, what is it? Is this, what are they called? The Electric Mayhem? Is that the name of the band? The Muppets band?
Part of this has to do with that ride in particular. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
open during those times, or you get some special head of the line. I don't know. I mean,
Well, what's interesting to me, okay, just the retheme itself. I think the band is called the Electric Mayhem, but here's what's weird. Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog have never been a part of that band, and yet they're in this picture with the car and the stuff. I don't really. It's weird. Disney has also confirmed the ride will be included in the Lightning Lane system. What a surprise! As a Tier 1 attraction when it opens, meaning visitors will be able to purchase access to a shorter line through the Lightning Lane multi-pass feature. Transitioning from Aerosmith to the Muppets. Now, this is one thing that Disney really has been focused on in the last few years is transitioning. We'll just say trans. I don't know why. I don't know why Disney really likes to transition their rides, but they've had great classic rides that everybody loves. The way that they are, and yet Disney feels the need to transition them. I don't know why. Anyway, so Disney confirms. Let's see. The original Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith operated at Disney's Hollywood Studios from July 29th, 1999 until its final day of operation on March 2nd, 2026. During its run, the indoor roller coaster featured a high-speed launch and an onboard audio system branded with music from Aerosmith. I don't think any of that's going to change other than they'll just change the music from Aerosmith to my understanding of what the Muppets are going to do is they're going to license modern music and then the Muppets will be singing it, but none of it's really Muppets particular. I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
so it's like the revamp of, Country Bears, where they took the modern country songs and had them sing them.
Although that's a little bit worse because, I mean, none of that fits in Frontierland. I don't
know.
They shouldn't even call it Frontierland anymore. Is anybody is anybody excited for the retheme of this? I know, Erica. I know you have thoughts.
And your face is telling us what they are.
Yeah, I don't mind a retheme of the coaster. It's just Muppets should be an attraction for all ages. It should be a dark ride for families. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, what's the height limit on that coaster? That's a good question.
Well,
44?
it's not. Depending on the height of the child, I get that there's kids that are taller than others, but still, Muppets deserves better. We deserve better than that. I mean, come on, don't get me started. This is just so aggravating.
You will get what we say you will deserve and like it.
Well, let me ask you this,
you said
Erica.
it.
Erica, would you be okay if behind a Rock and Roller Coaster, where you now go into the stupid villain show, if that all changed and they made that whole area back there a new Muppets courtyard and put Muppet Vision 3D where that theater is? Would as a Muppets fan, would that be satisfactory, or would you want them to do something else? Because then you have at least maybe something that you can also take the kids to, even the little kids.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be at least a compromise. It's just, Muppets should be for kids up to adults. And this is basically for what do you call them? Not young adults, the Disney adults, people in their 30s to their 50s. And it's just aggravating because the Muppets are for all age groups. And
does that make me a Disney codger?
Sure.
I'm not going to say anything. I'll refrain from my thoughts on this because I think they should have never touched the ride. Either one of them.
I mean, I'm wondering
that
if there
too.
was. So, the one thing that I thought I heard a lot about because Aerosmith was aging out. I think there was a contractual thing. I think they had to renew the contract a few years back with Aerosmith. I heard that they might do Powerline, and Powerline to me would have made more sense. And it feels to me like this this makeover, this transition to Muppets might not even be permanent. Like it might like I think they're going to try and see what the audience response is over the next few years, because if you know the roller coaster, you know that it's not actually that difficult to take out like what the neon street signs things that they had for Hollywood that are there. Those are pretty easy to change out for different neon decor that they can shine lights on and whatever. I don't think it's going to be that difficult. And so I think that if this is not super well received by audiences, that they could easily change it to Powerline, or if it is well received, that then maybe Josh Tomorrow gets a hint and changes the whole thing back there to Muppet Courtyard. I really don't know. As a fan of the Muppets, I would love to see a new Muppets Courtyard on that side behind Tower of Terror and behind that's where that whole, it used to be the Darth Maul back there back in the Star Wars Weekends days. I don't know. Did you ever go to Star Wars Weekends, Erica or Lou?
We always went, but not knowing it was a Star Wars weekend. We would just go and
then you shut up, Neil. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it was but it was really cool.
It's like being there and finding out it's gay day. You don't know in advance.
I wouldn't go that far, but I mean, it was a surprise. Well, what was cool was seeing all of the characters and all their hair and makeup and costuming. I mean, it was just like I would walk by and just stare at them because it looked so beautiful. I love that kind of like costuming and makeup. And I mean, I wouldn't wait in line because I didn't know who the characters were, and I'm not an avid follower of Star Wars, but it was really, really cool. And you had the I forgot what their name. The stormtroopers were walking around, and
but I mean, Star
Wars
was
busy.
So
It was
different.
full.
Yeah. Oh, it was always busy. When I was at MegaCon, and we only went for one day, but MegaCon, the little Star Wars setup that they have at MegaCon, what bothers me is they do a better job with that than Disney did theming Galaxy's Edge. In other words, when you go to MegaCon, you are literally surrounded by droids, R2-D2, BB-8s rolling around. There's so many more, tons more Star Wars characters. It feels more like you're in the Star Wars universe in a small section of the floor at MegaCon than
long ago in a convention center far away.
It's I don't know if you've ever been.
By the way, Ron, it's no knock on you or any of the other guys, but we having so many anecdoted stories from MegaCon, it's becoming band camp. Well, when I was at MegaCon.
So let me tell you the story about what I did with my flute. No, wait. Never mind.
Oh, no.
No. We won't.
God, out.
Anyway, my point is that
Stop it. You're embarrassing both of us.
that's probably true. That is probably true. It's I just, if you want to do these areas properly, if they want to theme the Muppets, if they want to have the Muppets, they need to have live Muppets. There needs to be a Muppet show. There needs to be a Muppet something. I don't think a roller coaster is going to be good enough. And I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work out. Obviously that's great that the resort guests are going to get that perk. It should be something that's added. That should be obvious. But what I'm afraid is going to happen really is they're going to say that they have the perk, and then they're going to take it away by taking away the night times and having basically, 30, 40 different nighttime paid only events, and they're going to turn it into that. I hope they don't. I just really have no idea.
That's their way of getting, double the numbers for the same 24-hour period and making
Exactly.
their growing numbers, even when overall it's not. The other thing that doesn't make sense to me, I get opening it up early for everybody who's staying in the hotels as being a perk to stay in the hotels.
Mhm.
I don't get opening it up late only for the people in the extremely expensive rooms and hotels, because there can't be that many of them who will do it every night, which then becomes a question of, obviously they won't have every attraction open because they won't want to staff it for 5,000 people or whatever it turns out to be. And is that going to incentivize you to spend an extra $300 a night or whatever it is to stay in one of those hotels? I just don't see it being a real incentive.
I've always thought that those parks perks were the dumbest thing, because if I'm paying more money for the hotel, I'm probably going to want to spend more time at the hotel. And honestly, the resorts are, frankly, the resorts are nicer. A lot of people, Erica knows this. I know Erica and MJ knows this, that the hotels at Disney actually, like the recreation there. If you're staying at a Disney hotel, here's what you can do. You can roast marshmallows for free, usually for there's an hour or an hour and a half a night that they have free marshmallow roasting around a big fire pit. And then right after that, you can go watch a Disney movie on the lawn. And you could get food from the quick service and bring that out there. And your experience at the resort can be even more fun than at the park. And yet you're paying all this money at the resort to have an extra hour.
And last night on the Pro Show, we were talking about Universal, and the idea, as everybody agreed, that Epic Universe is quote unquote a 2-day park to see it all. But I said, no, it's a 1 day and a 1 night, and that enhances the value of staying at the Universal hotels, because if you know you're going to go to Universal Epic Universe at night, you're more encouraged to spend the day at the pool and whatever at your hotel, which means you stay an extra number of nights overall. You see what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So in that way, it's incentivizing. In the other way, I'm not so sure.
I will say, I have not stayed at the Helios Hotel. I have walked out of the Helios Hotel in my Epic day. It's pretty darn cool to have that. There's nothing. The closest thing at a Disney resort that I know of is at Disneyland, California, the Grand Californian, I think is like that. But Helios, it's awesome. You're staying there. You literally walk right into Epic Universe. I just don't think the Muppets are going to do anything like that.
When Universal starts doing fireworks a lot, and they're launching them from what is in effect the front side, the entry side of the Helios, it makes those rooms not have as nothing a view as compared to the ones looking in on the park, because granted, fireworks don't go off from the second they launch, but you will be seeing a fireworks show from your room too, as opposed to not at all. You know what I mean? As far as the fountains and everything.
That's true. They'll probably have the fireworks view, and the one side of it you got a pool view, and then you got the park view. Everybody's got a view from the Helios, and having been on the top of the Helios, the view from up top, oh my gosh, it's absolutely spectacular. Plus you can see, there's that joke where this is actually true. I can see all the way to my house. I can actually see all the way to my house from there. It's very cool. And you know what's funny? To build Epic Universe, I don't even think they ever even talked about shape language.
And so what we've tried to do is really bring that shape language from the architecture. But what we love to talk about at WDI is shape language. And we often refer to shape language.
There's such iconic shape language in Spaceship Reverie Attraction. We really wanted to make sure that we fused to that throughout the space.
Yes, and you'll be getting... I think just for the heck of it, Bucky Fuller's family should send them a bill for stealing their shape language.
There you go. I didn't mean to cut you off, Lou. I'm sorry about that.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Anyhow, we do want to get back to the supers. John, no, not John. Sorry, Sean, formerly the artist John, let's see, we've got has a member milestone chat member for 3 months, Ron, and to think you offered your lawn for MegaCon. No, I don't think I have the power to offer my lawn for MegaCon, but with the 3 months.
Hold on, Ron. Hold on.
Yeah, let me check. No.
You don't.
Let me check. No.
Oh my god.
I do not. But Sean, happy birthday, buddy.
Birthday! Happy birthday, hon. Yes, indeed. Be careful, because whenever you blow out those candles, don't blow your teeth out with it. Been there, done that. Ooh.
I have a story that I cannot tell about my mother doing something like that with teeth that I will save for off air.
Well, but that
That's
goes
hilarious.
along with this. Go and Shogi comes in for 5. Dr. Teeth. But Ron, I thought you said you just got a notice about recreational usage. Shaking my head. Rules for thee, but not for making it. Dr. Teeth is toking it up. I would imagine. Let's celebrate. Go and Shogi. And we've got more. O2RR has chimed in for O2RR for $4.99. Anyone here familiar with Japanese anime? Some celebrities involved in Japanese anime were at MegaCon. Also, I now know Pro looks like his avatar. That is true.
Or vice versa.
Let me see here. I don't know. Okay, so I will say this at the panel, at the K-pop Demon Hunters panel, we talked a little bit about Japanese anime. They actually had a question to all of the stars, Arden Cho and Ji Young, Ray Ami. Let me see if I can put them on the. Let's see if I can put them on the screen real quick while I do this. They actually they asked them what their favorite animes were. I think that one of them might have said One Piece. What else did they talk about? I'm trying to remember their answers. But they definitely this is them. By the way, I hate that MegaCon background. They've used it.
I was just about to say the same thing. Notice to MegaCon, get a new backdrop. That's terrible.
It's awful, and it's really bad for
it's
pictures.
like camo.
It kind of is, man. It's yeah. I got a few closer. It just. Yeah, I hate that backdrop. Really bad backdrop. But this is the girls from K-pop Demon Hunters. Arden Cho, they're also known for Teen Wolf, apparently. I didn't even know that. And then the lady in the yellow was the one interviewing them and asking questions. And the panel was awesome. It got really, to Lou's point, yes, we're talking more about MegaCon. The panel was great. It got very emotional, and I really appreciated this panel in particular because it was Ray Ami there on the very far left, who I believe she said she was really truly just like about to give up everything in the entertainment business before she got this job. And of course, at some point in time, if you are fortunate enough and you keep putting yourself out there, you might be like one of them and get the job that absolutely changes your life. And for a lot of them, that's exactly what happened. So kudos to them for sticking it out. And it, like I said, it got very, very emotional. And it was pretty cool. O2RR, let's celebrate you. We got you over here. Where is it? There it is. go to RR. Somebody needs to be an RDRR. I think that would be just
Lippy the
funny.
Lion and
What?
RDRR.
Flying blind on a rocket cycle. Flying blind on a rocket cycle. Power to the 199. Did they use shape language in her outfit? They might. They probably did use shape language in her outfit.
I can tell by your outfit that you are a shape languager.
They love their shape language, which I think is just
weird.
But we're going to celebrate you with a little culture.
My partner in crime every Wednesday night at 11 for the Hollywood Backlot.
That's right.
With Lou and Hugh.
And Texas 8412. Have we forgot about conjured architecture? What was it? What was the conjured architecture? I remember the remark, Erica. That was something about I don't know. I have not.
Mountain, they conjured it out of an actual ride.
They might have conjured it out of an actual broccoli spear, but I don't have culture to confirm that. Which
okra, not broccoli, okra.
Oh, that's right, dancing okra. Texas 8412 popping in here with the super chat, and I gotcha. That might be one of my favorite ones. You know, it was not easy to make sure that the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders were switching their hair right with the music.
I'm sure you took plenty of time watching that and make sure that was right.
I had to get it correct. That's all I'm saying. Kit Kat says, thank you for making the custom emoji. Well, hey, thank you for the massive amount of support and everything that you do, Kit Kat. We appreciate you here. We always love to get a break of that, piece of that Kit Kat. There we go. And I think that we are caught up on all of these supers for now. We're 6 out of 10 for the goal, which is awesome. We appreciate all of y'all. And I do believe it's time to launch our second story. And this one also comes to us out of thatparkplace.com. Bookmark it if you haven't done so yet. Universal is bringing One Piece back to its theme parks. This is pretty big. This is out of That Park Place by our good friend Trevor Denning. There they are. Luffy. I think it's Nami. Is it Nami? Luffy and
Luffy.
Luffy? Is it Nami? Is that how you pronounce the name?
I think so.
and it was up in One Piece season 2 on Netflix. Here, the reason why I'm doing this story has to do not even with my own fandom or anything like that for One Piece. It has to do with the fact that I found out just the other day that my youngest son, is a big fan of One Piece, the anime. He has not seen the live action stuff. So he's a really, really big fan. Name, yes, thank you, Go and Shogi. I appreciate that. And so this is going to be really cool because we're talking about how we need to switch the passes that we have for the family. I'm probably going to keep my Disney pass, but we might get rid of the family passes that we have for Disney. I have to keep mine because of work. But we probably will switch everything over to Universal. And we're going to have a supplemental story at the end of our chat today. It might just be Tom and myself talking about the supplemental story, but
is it vitamin B or D?
It's probably vitamin E.
Oh God.
Because it's going to be talking about Epic Universe. You know, it's the discussion
I know,
you and I had.
in your chops.
Yeah, I know. I really appreciate her heart.
I don't know the show that well. Is the guy on the right? Did he get his wig from Moana when?
I
low, Lou.
I don't know. Yeah, your mic dropped low. Okay, so after last year's successful debuts, Universal Studios Hollywood has announced that it is bringing back a one. There's some feedback there. After last year's successful debut, Universal Studios Hollywood has announced that it is bringing back a One Piece, back as part of its 2026 Fan Fest Nights event. Expanding on the original fan zone, this year the park is featuring a live stunt show based on the long-running manga and anime. One Piece has seen rapidly growing popularity in the West, driven in large part by the success of the live-action Netflix adaptation. And in its promotional material, Universal promises a, quote, high-energy experience featuring explosive battles, splash-filled stunts, and a dazzling pyrotechnic finale, end quote. Guests will also have opportunities to take photos with the Straw Hat crew and purchase a themed dining experience for an additional fee. The move suggests that Universal is capitalizing on One Piece's recent surge in global popularity to draw new audiences into the park. Bringing the world to life, promotional concept art suggests that the live stunt show will closely replicate Ichiro Oda's original anime designs, emphasizing fidelity to the source material. With over 1,100 episodes and more than 500 million manga copies sold, One Piece is an expansive global franchise. It has been further boosted by the recent release of the second season of its Netflix live-action adaptation. Wow. And it looks like they're going into the Waterworld venue. Get ready to enter the pirate world as One Piece comes to life at the Waterworld show venue during Universal Fan Fest Nights.
Now that makes sense.
Yeah.
As far as the pyro and the splashes and all of that.
Yeah, and I loved that show. I'm glad to see that show is still going on, even though
the
movie it's attached to is it's kind of bizarre. It's attached to a movie that
failed mightily.
Yeah. Well, and it was a disaster.
Well, the show is better than the movie.
Yeah.
The show is without a doubt better than the movie.
Filming off the coast, what was it? They filmed off the coast of Hawaii, and
and
tragic.
Well, I mean, they were trying to be, environmentally sensitive. So even though they were shooting blanks, they were shooting 30 caliber machine guns off of these Sea-Doos. They throw their cartridges out the side and into the deep. Yeah. Every day they had hard hat divers, who are enormously expensive, out there picking up the shells.
Oh my gosh.
If you can imagine what that costs.
The fire rate on those aren't exactly slow.
No. So it's a set sail with Luffy and the Straw Hat crew as they battle it out in the Stump Pack battle for the high seas with a dazzling finale. Fans won't forget. I would love to go see this if I could get out to Universal Studios Hollywood. I think
we should go and park ourselves at Go and Shogi's house and have him cook for us.
Well, he might do that. Go and Shogi, are you up for it? You're in the chat. You got to cook for all of us, and then you got to house us all, probably.
And drive us around. We need to
drive us around.
So you have a chef hat and a
and
driving
shine
hat.
their shoes
I'm wearing
and give them
flip-flops,
lovely
so it's
parting
okay.
gifts.
I don't know. Do
You have to have a
bring
goodie bag like at the Oscars when you leave his place.
Do we have to
I'll bring the
sleeping
party hats.
Can we have shape language, Shogi? Can we?
Now, when is that event happening again? Is that going to be before or after the new roller coaster, the drift coaster, opens?
All right, so here it is. The show is scheduled to run at the Waterworld venue from April 25th through May 16th.
Oh, all right, so
it's
it's before. Okay.
Yeah, it's a very short run, as a limited time offering. The event allows Universal to concentrate demand while gauging audience interest without committing to a permanent attraction. Attendance for FanFest nights is expected to reach into the tens of thousands.
Oh yeah,
So,
it was a huge hit this past time.
One Piece is only one component of the event. Additional experience based on properties such as Scooby-Doo and the Universal Monsters, Harry Potter, and Super Nintendo World point to a broader strategy, bringing together multiple fan communities under a single ticketed experience to maximize reach and test franchise appeal. That would be very, very cool. I think that we'll just go ahead and talk about this supplementally to this story. Tom and I both received something from when they talk about gauging fan interest. Okay, so I think this is awesome. I think there's going to be a lot of fan interest. I'm hoping that means that they will eventually also bring One Piece to the East Coast over here in Orlando. Tom, do you want to tell the audience a little bit about what we both got from Universal in an email about gauging fan interest in some particular aspect of the annual pass program?
Yeah. Are we allowed to talk about Fight Club?
The first rule of Fight Club is we don't talk about Universal Fight Club.
It's interesting what they're proposing. They had some good proposals, but there was a certain site that blown it all out of proportion, because we both didn't read anything about years of this, right? It didn't say 3 to 5 years or some kind of crazy thing like that locked you in, that they were saying. I don't recall that at all.
No. And for those that are wondering what we're talking about the annual pass proposition for Epic Universe. There is not one yet, but we got an email that is out there. It's going out to pass holders to gauge interest about the Epic Universe. I'm going to see if I can find that article. Okay. Let me see, because there were some kind of weird. Okay, yeah. So I found it. Came up pretty quick. I will get that on the screen so that people can see what we're talking about. Now, the reason I'm bringing it up in conjunction with the One Piece story has to do with gauging fan interest for two things that Universal is doing. One, of course, is One Piece over there on the West Coast, but now they're also trying to gauge fan interest for what an annual pass to Epic Universe would mean. So out of Blog Mickey, and I don't know that they got the facts right with all
No,
this.
they didn't. I'm going to say that right now. They're wrong.
Yeah.
So they suggest 2-year or 4-year locked-in annual passes requires park. No. They're doing this to just blow.
Unless hey, is it at all possible that we got different emails than other people got? I don't know.
Maybe.
No.
I would love it if Universal, who knew they were sending it to, and they kind of spiked the punch, if you get what I'm saying.
Well, here's what it says. According to blogmickey.com sources, and is this by Mike? Doesn't say who it's by. I think Mike is the guy that writes these. Anyway, according to blogmickey.com sources, Universal Orlando has begun sending out surveys to APs as they look to offer an annual pass for Epic Universe. The survey presented a wide variety of options, including discounted tickets, multi-year annual pass options, and more. Here's what we've quote-unquote heard. They say. I don't know. So since publishing this article, they have an update. Even more people have reached out with information, including new to us options. We've updated this article with additional information. Epic Universe is considering multi-year annual passes and more. I'll start with a caveat. This is a survey. Nothing discussed here has been officially announced by Universal Orlando Resort, and there is no guarantee that any of these options will be implemented. That is true. They're surveying guests to find out what it looked like to me from the survey is that they're putting feelers out. They're trying to figure out what their best options would be for creating some type of an annual pass that includes Epic Universe as early as they can while still managing crowd control. Is that what it looked like to you, Tom?
For the most part, yes. They haven't. It looks like they're like, okay, we got a couple suggestions. These will change. So, and I found it interesting on the time frames they were saying, but they didn't really get into the reservation thing with it, how far out it could be. Because if you notice in parts of it, I think it said when you get these, passes, you have a certain amount of time to use them, but you don't got to pick it right off the bat.
Right,
So
right, yeah.
That kind of made me like, okay. Then it said subject, of course, the blackout dates. It's like, well, then no, that's not a pass to me. Why don't you just offer the tiered passes like you do the other parks and call it good instead of having the 3 parks, which is, your water park right now. Omit the water park and just put Epic in its place.
That would be
logical.
Okay, it would be logical. They would still have to charge, I don't know what, 100 more per year, 150 more. They were talking about.
I'm thinking 200 more per year.
The problem that I have, the biggest problem that I had, is I saw this is that they had one of their suggestions ended up being that they would literally double the price of the current annual pass. They're only adding 1 park. You're not adding 2. So, and then you're doubling the price and potentially also adding a reservations option. I don't like that either.
On that one, they didn't say about the reservations with doubling the price. They said it with the other one. But
okay.
I might have read that differently than you. Who knows? We could have got different things.
They may put a lot of things in there they've already decided not to do just to kind of muddy the water so you can't figure out which is the one they're seriously considering too.
Yeah, well, that's true. But I will say this: the first one that they had, I hated. I absolutely hated, and I wrote it down. They actually had space where you could write your own thoughts in the survey, which I thought was great. I will say this: I've never seen a survey that detailed, asking that many questions from Disney about an actual potential experience. Like Disney is just like blah blah blah. This is I mean, it's really Disney surveys. Disney surveys seem like they're designed to get the answers that Disney already wants, which is weird. And I'm like, why bother with this? Because I will I will inevitably stop filling out a Disney survey about halfway through because I'm like, this is dumb. You're trying to fish for the answers you want already.
Well, sure, because they have to pitch to their bosses, and if they can say, not only we have this great idea that nobody thought of because we're brilliant, the audience loves it too. Look, here's the survey to prove it.
Right.
So
but at least with this. But with this survey from Universal, it seemed like they were really trying to gauge interest. But the first one I hated because it was saying that what they'll do is give annual pass holders an option to buy discounted Epic tickets that can be used in a 3-month window, and you still have to make reservations. And it was really convoluted.
That was bizarre. I read that and I'm like, were you drunk when you came up with this idea?
I bet. Yeah, I'm like, I literally said, I hate this idea. This is awful.
10 days in a 3-month period.
Yeah,
and then you got to map them out.
To lose point, I could completely understand if they put that in there to muddy the waters because they knew everybody would hate it. But
now, what if they did that for free and kept the price the same for the park? That would be a perk. That's a different thing. That would be a different thing, but I don't recall reading that
Yeah, no. Price. So if they said you have a 2-day annual pass option or your 2-park annual pass option, and then we're actually going to give you Epic Universe, and they're
for 10 days out of the year.
Yeah, 10 days out of the year. We are selecting maybe 60 days out of the year when you can use those 10 days, and you have to pick one of those days. So they'll know that, the crowd control is low. I don't know.
That would have been interesting, but they didn't clarify that. That
No.
would have been a good perk for, basically for free to get to go to a new park. It'd also get people wanting to go to the new park too.
True.
I
Well,
know a lot of pass holders do not spend to go to the park at all. They didn't go to Epic.
Well, whether or not, whether they're feeling out whether One Piece is going to be something that comes to the parks permanently, or what they're going to be able to do with the Epic Universe Annual Pass, and hopefully something does come online soon that everybody is on board with. I don't know where they're going with it, but I hope it ends up being, super. Really, I did not know how to end that.
You could have just did this.
Stop it. You're embarrassing both of
Uh,
us.
Sean says, "Where is Yavin's video? I love that one." Did we do that one earlier?
We did, yeah.
Okay. So we did have one from Wild Man. Well, I'm gonna have to play that one because Sean requested it. So okay. Well, you requested Wildman's video. I will play Wildman's video.
And on that fateful day, cheers would echo across the galaxy in mass celebration as the fourth moon of Yavin prepares to welcome home one of their own, their greatest hero, none other than the Wild Man of Yavin.
Every time I see those clips of the Star Wars stuff at the parks, I'm thinking mom and dad, they just had a little girl and they're looking into the crib going, someday she'll grow up to dance at the Met. And 20 years later, here I am with funny things painted on my face doing the boogaloo in a Star Wars show. I mean, it's working. I'm not knocking it, but...
That is, yeah. We'll
Lou, it could be worse.
It's, I didn't raise my girl to be a Jedi or something. Well, there is that, yeah.
Well, we've got one more story to get to, and just to let you guys know, we are 6 out of 10 of the super chats for 5 and up. So if we get those, we will absolutely do an additional dish, a special dish this week. But let's get on to our final story. I don't really feel like this is what I would necessarily, for Disney, call good news.
I have news.
What type of news is it?
Well, to be perfectly frank, it's bad.
Maybe if you tell me the bad news in a good way, it won't sound so bad.
The bad news in a good way. Yes, I can do that. Well, here goes. Wait till you hear this.
The live-action Moana trailer destroyed by fans with a mass dislike ratio. This is out of thatparkplace.com by our good friend Trevor Denning. I wonder if it's possible to see, without messing up the audio here, if I can actually see what the like versus dislike ratio is on that right now. Let's just see if I can look it up on YouTube. Live action Moana trailer. Okay, let's get that. Let's see if I can bring it up.
Shogi just wrote, "The Rock looks like a bad Old Spice commercial." Thanks.
Old is the word.
It's bad enough it's bad, but
But when I saw these pictures of him in that wig, he looks ancient. He is showing his age, and that wig makes it worse.
It's
He
like
looks like he put his face through one of those Midway things, with the all the rest of it painted on, and you just stick your head through the hole.
yeah.
I don't think I have it on this browser. I think I have it on my other browser, the extension where it shows the dislikes.
Yeah, I got to install that. I haven't done that.
So yeah, I do have it on a different browser, but I don't know if I can bring that browser up during the show without ruining, because StreamYard, blah, it happens. Anyhow, this is what I can show this at least real quick. Here is the trailer. This is from the official Disney YouTube page. Here's what you can see. I can't see the dislikes on it yet, but here's what you can see. It has 3.5 million views
and only 36,000 likes.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Out of 3.5 million views
and 8,851 comments, that should be some good reading.
Oh, let's I think they probably did this on the pro show, but you can check. Let's see. Let's just check some of the comments. All right, we'll just go. I have to admit, I do admire the bravery of Walt Disney Studios of keeping the comment section open. That wig they put on The Rock is killing me. What else can I say except why did we need this? This comment section is the best book I've read this week. I like how they started adding real people. I saw that one earlier. I like how they started adding real people to their CGI cartoons.
So this comment section is probably as good as reading the reviews on Amazon for sugar-free gummy bears.
I want to go down. I want to let me dig deeper and into the comments section. Just like go way down. Okay, let me check. Could this money not have been spent on a new original animated story? We have the first animated Moana. It's lovely. Leave it be. A live-action remake with 90% CGI and 10% realism. Mm-hmm. The hierarchy of power in the Moana universe is about to change. Fans, how many live-action remakes are you going to make? Disney. Yes. Looks like The Rock in a muscle suit. It is The Rock in a muscle suit. He's actually wearing a muscle suit there. People, no thank you. Disney, you're welcome. What a classic SNL skit. Oh, wait a minute. That was a pretty good one. Yeah, it's this one. This thing is getting so ratioed because look, I mean, The Rock it's so cringe. What else can you say?
Well, all I'm thinking is, do you know who absolutely hates the original animators of Moana? The makeup artist that then had to replicate all of those tattoos some kind of way every day for a movie.
Well, I don't even know that they had to do that because
I think so. You can kind of see. No, I'm not so sure. But either way, they can use stencils and what have you. But still, it's like, oh, sure, draw whatever you want. Well,
there's no nipples.
Yeah, it's in the. Well, it's funny, but
like...
the original didn't either.
I see that, but I think this is my just looking at the picture alone. I have a personal opinion that I actually think that they should have, using The Rock's form, actually CGI'd him like to make a real looking CGI Maui, because that wig doesn't look right on him at all. Like,
well, plus the original, it's triangular. It's going out from his face. Here, it's straight down, and ditto the necklace.
Could they not have at least
changes
given
the
him
perspective?
Couldn't they have given him that style, like in the wig? Like they made him look like Tarzan.
The good news is they're going to do a live action of Peter Pan, and they'll use the same wig for Captain Hook.
That's true.
Unfortunately, they had a live action Peter Pan that did not go over very well.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
I haven't even seen it yet. I haven't not. I tried to watch the live action Pinocchio, and I didn't get very far into it because I wanted to throw up. And I'm not even kidding. Like, I literally was watching this and going, how could they ruin Pinocchio this bad? was crazy. I don't know. Has anybody here in the panel tried to
Yeah, I saw it.
watch that live action Pinocchio?
Nope. I could do it.
What did you think, Erica?
I don't think it was that bad. I've seen worse. There are other live actions that I think are worse, but I didn't think it was so terrible.
This is funny. This is really funny.
The Peter Pan was worse.
One, Erica.
The Peter Pan one was worse because the Peter Pan looked like Mowgli.
That's and it's funny you bring up Mowgli because I actually like the Jungle Book live action.
Yeah, that one was cute. It was good. I enjoyed it too. The ending was interesting, but I didn't hate it either.
But I think that was Jon Favreau, and he's better director. So, yes, the Ozempic Wicked Lady was in Pinocchio. She was the Blue Fairy. That is true.
Yeah, she was.
Let's get into the article. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is Maui in the Moana live action trailer. YouTube, Disney from Maui from Moana. Every time a live action remake of an animated film is announced, the same question surfaces. Why did this movie need to be made? The conversation seems to be growing louder with the release of the live action Moana trailer. Within hours of hitting YouTube, the like to dislike ratio wasn't just notable, it came impossible to ignore. And it's not just the thumbs up or down telling the story. The comment section across social media are just as revealing. On YouTube, the top comment puts it bluntly, I have to admit, I do admire the bravery of Walt Disney Studios for keeping the comment section open. We read that. What the Moana live action trailer shows in just 7 hours, the live action Moana trailer racked up roughly 64,000 dislikes compared to about 31,000 likes. That doesn't necessarily mean audiences are rejecting live action adaptations altogether. Last year's How to Train Your Dragon was received fairly well. Still, these numbers are clear signal that viewers are pushing back against this remake. Yeah, because that just
the characters for How to Train Your Dragon actually looked like the characters. They didn't look like you just broke somebody out of a geriatric home and slap a wig on them and told them to get in shape.
Oh, just even the muscle suit I think looks weird. I don't know, it's weird.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I can go back to his old wrestling stuff. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? And right now I'm like, dude, it's overcooked. Go away.
Yeah. Here's the thing, and it gets to the heart of the story. The original film debuted just 10 years ago and remains fresh in the minds of many. A significant portion of the online criticism is focused on how the animated characters have been translated into live action. Dwayne Johnson, who voiced Maui in the original, was widely expected to be a natural fit for the remake. Instead, his appearance has actually sparked the most discussion, and not all of it positive. Some commenters suggest there's something artificial about Johnson's look. How does his body look fake here? I know he works out. I know he's a big man, yet something about this feels really fake, and it isn't even just the hair. I hope he had fun doing it, though. The one thing I think will match well is his smile. It will look like the animated Maui. And, that's actually probably about the most positive of a comment that I've ever seen. Others have gone further, though, arguing that his portrayal feels out of place, more like a sketch than a blockbuster performance. Dwayne Johnson stands out like a sore thumb so much that it looks like he's acting in an SNL skit.
This movie gave us the song "How Far You'll Go," right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are we going to get a version of him rapping it? Because if that hits it, I'm done.
You mean this? Was it the scuttlebutt? Is that what it was called on The Little Mermaid?
Oh God, that was awful.
Yeah. I know it was. I had to fast forward through that part. I was like, okay, this is cringe. I can't even watch this all the way through.
It's like I've heard different versions of that song, and I just can't. No.
Can we all agree that between the movies, sequels, live or otherwise, and certainly the treatment in the parks, when we list all of those things that Disney dropped the ball on, handling the most popular princess for a long time, aka Moana, has been a massive, massive screw up. Yeah. I mean, God, the way of water thing,
you, but that's just status quo. I can't even speak right now because
The closest the closest halfway decent thing that they've done is give her a small, very small children's play area at the Polynesian Resort, where realistically, I think that to soup up the Polynesian Resort and to make sure that it's in a place that's only accessible by guests of the Polynesian Resort, they actually could have done a version of the Journey of Water at the Polynesian Resort. At what it is, because
are they still doing the whole luau dinner show thing? Because they
no.
They took it out to build the DVC hotel.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So they could have done something like that as a dinner show.
They could have brought it back and brought it to the DVC hotel
at Disneyland at the Tahitian Terrace.
It's amazing. Along with this, right? Let's live action Moana. Disney today, and I'm sure you probably agree with me, Lou, it's almost unfathomable how much they have ruined their own brand. You have to think that, I don't know if it was Iger, you just like, I can't wrap my head around the fact.
I get the impression
their whole C-suite.
Well, but I get the impression, and I could be totally wrong, that one thing that Josh is doing is saying, speed everything up. Do it all. Now, if they had come out and said, ladies and gentlemen, we're building all kinds of new wonderful things for you. We know there's a lot of walls up. It's going to get better. Honest, we're going to do it as quick as we can. And in the meanwhile, we're taking 10% off all the admission prices. But they won't do that. In fact, they're already planning on raising them, I think they said twice in this coming year. So you can't give people the bus and truck company and call it Broadway and charge like it is. You just can't.
And that's one of the biggest problems. You can tell that they're somewhat desperate when they have the super high ticket prices, but then they'll be like, well, the Florida families, you can do 3 days for $60 a day, even though the regular price is $199 a day per person. They're clearly desperate to get people in without looking like they've lowered the regular standard retail admission price.
What they're doing is admitting that the cost of taking a plane from somewhere else and staying in a hotel, as opposed to living close enough to drive over, is considerable, and that therefore, rather than them reducing their prices to account for that, no, we'll just make it cheaper for the locals.
Go and show
the locals who've all seen it 100 times and who loved all the things you ripped out. Oops.
I mean, I'm a local, and Ron is too. But me and my wife would go after work, hit Epcot, let's go grab some food or something, and before the reservations, this is rehashing, but we'd go whenever we wanted to. We'd have the top tier passes and go. And we'd spend
and when I lived in LA,
and stuff like that.
Well, I used to have a friend with a business down in Garden Grove, and I'd go down and hang with him for an hour or so, and then I'd go to the Disneyland Hotel and have a great dinner at Granville's with a great steak and a bottle of Mondavi, and then I'd go into the park for a few hours because I had the pass. And then, largely because driving back from Garden Grove to the west side of LA in rush hour was a suicide mission. And so what better way to wait it out than to have some fun?
And do you think, Lou or Tom or even Erica, do you think that they are purposefully trying to get rid of that crowd like that? Like, I feel like they hate that. I feel like the executives hate the idea that anybody would utilize their big giant theme park for just a couple of hours of afternoon getaway. Like,
but those people don't spend the money on merch and food because they've bought everything they're going to buy. When you see these glowing press releases, because there's a whole new popcorn bucket or a bag or something, it's like, you got to come back and buy this because you can't buy it anywhere else except for when we remaindered them at Ollie's in 6 months.
But
that's true. The additional revenue from people who live close and go for a couple hours isn't there the way it is for somebody who spends a week and like that. So
No, but that's what I was talking about, Tom. But like for Epic Universe, Epic is so close to the International Drive, and if you were there, if you had a pass where you could get into Epic Universe, and you're sitting there and 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon in the International Drive on traffic that's not moving anywhere, you can go, okay, I'm just gonna go over here beyond Point Orlando and hit Epic Universe for a couple hours, get out of the traffic, maybe eat at that. I think it's called the Purple Dragon or Blue Dragon or something restaurant, something like that. You get out of the traffic, you're enjoying yourself. There were times when I want to say, what was it, like 10 years ago, as I was trying to do Uber driving, just checking that out, and I had an AP to Disney, and it was nice. Like I could go in, I could turn off Uber, go in for a half an hour, ride Soarin', get something to eat, come back out, turn on,
and know that
Uber.
You could get a ride from there and get paid for it. Yeah, sure.
Right. And I mean, technically I could do that now again because the reservation system is off at 2:00 in the afternoon, but it's just so different than it used to be. And I just feel like Disney has made me feel in the last several years that all they want to do is cater to the super rich or the people that have awfully bad taste to think that this live action Moana is going to be something worth going to see. I don't think it. I just feel
and it's not. And those people, when the people who are still looking forward to it, even after watching this trailer and seeing the reaction, who are saying, "But we love Moana, it can't be that bad." And when they go and it is bad, they tell all their friends who were gonna and now don't, and say, "I'll wait for it to show up on streaming because I don't need the aggravation."
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I will tell you, this is my own personal opinion, but I really, really wish that they would have cast Aulani Carvajal in the role of Moana. Supposedly, they didn't cast her because she's aged out of the role, but it doesn't. But like to me,
what's The Rock done?
Yeah, right. But like to me, Aulani Carvalho, you put her in the right kind of makeup, and she looks young. She has a very young-looking face, and to me, she still looks younger than the actual girl that they cast, who might in real life be 10 or 15 years younger than Aulani. I don't know, but she looks older to me. So yeah, it's a bit strange. Anyway. Is this still going on, or I'm an alternate? You are. It is still going on. Yeah, we try to go for about an hour and a half.
All realities are alternate.
Well, Lou, it looks like you've got to get.
I got a boogie, gang. I'm sorry about that, but
tell people
real life occasionally intrudes. Well, obviously, you can see right there underneath me at Patreon, I have this thing called Lou's Views, which is my views. And if you think my views are of value and they're on things, in some cases, totally alien to all of our discussion of movies and theme parks, and in some cases, giving them a how can you apply it to your life take. And in some cases, they're just an old fart talking, but that's fun too for some. If it is you, please join us there. Also, of course, I do the genre guys with Lorne and with Hangry Tables, and we have just made a major readjustment of our schedule in that this Saturday, which is when we record them, we're going to do a little tribute to a very, very famous man who has left us recently. And you'll see when that comes out. But we've got a lot of movies. And if you're a member of the Pro Channel, you get to see all, I don't know, there must be over 100 now, genre guys as part of your perk. And if you come to T3PO, they start showing up there about 2 or 3 months after they've been on the members only side of the Pro Channel. So there's lots of ways to see that. And then, of course, every Wednesday night at 11 after the Pro Show, Culture Casino and I voyage into the back lot and see what we can find out and try and tell you how things really work in the biz as opposed to how you've been lied to by just about everybody but the people here. So that's generally what I do, and I pop up here and there and things like this. Always a pleasure.
Well, thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate you being here. There is your Patreon link in the chat. Thank you, Go and Shogi, for putting that up. And Lou, until the next time, we'll see you real soon.
Adios.
Later, Lou.
Bye, Lou.
And Erica put this up, and I think I appreciate that. The current
Mhm.
ratio is 86,000 dislikes to 36,000 likes.
Yep.
What can I say except you're not welcome, I guess? Oh my goodness. It's just getting
Weird.
It's
yeah.
just really rushed. You know, they came out with, was it the sequel? And now they're putting this one out, and they're just, it's forced. And it's just not organic. And people are seeing the half, they're not giving it their all. It's just it's rushed. It's been thrown together. It shows the quality isn't there, and people recognize that. You know, people aren't stupid.
I think a lot of people saw Dwayne Johnson in the live action version of Maui and thought this.
What the hell does this have to do with anything? Tell me what's happening!
What?
I thought he was good in the cartoon version. I think he did
Exactly. That's what's so weird about it is you would have thought that would have been the perfect casting, and it didn't end up working.
I didn't realize he had 8 on it because I don't keep up with him, so I didn't. And I didn't know how they were going to go about with hair and makeup and whatnot. But you got a guy who's got a bodybuilder body where the character was just fat. There's a difference.
Well, I don't even think he was fat. I think he was supposed to be wide.
He was short and.
He was supposed to be wide, but that was supposed to be like.
But he's a cartoon, so.
Yeah, like it wasn't supposed to be the typical V-taper shape of a bodybuilder. It was supposed to be like, I'm a giant wrestler. You know who has a body a little bit more like that would have been Drax. I can't even think the actor's name that played Drax, but he's got more of a solid square type shape than the Rock's V-tape shape, and it doesn't really look right. It's
Going Shogi brought up a good point. Moana fatigue. I'm wondering if we're kind of experiencing that because everything has just been so forced and back to back and very quick, and there's just not enough break. And I thought they were going to go through the older classics and turn those into live actions, and now they're jumping into the more recent releases. Even Tangled, I think, is coming out. They're doing a live action of Tangled, and it's not really that old of a movie either. Not compared to other ones that from like the golden era.
Here's the thing, like instead of giving us a new, let's say a new Black Princess, they gave us a remake of The Little Mermaid and changed the character so that should be a Black character, which makes it not Ariel, right? It makes it a different person. And it just, to me, it feels like they have lost their sense of creativity. You have Hoppers from Pixar, which is supposed to be new and fresh, but really that's just a rehash of Avatar. It just, there are the well of fairy tales that exist out there for Disney to adapt is deeper than what they've gone. And we could be getting new animations. I mean, Tangled was good when it came out. That was our new Rapunzel. And Frozen, when it first came out, I thought was good. But now you don't need to do a Frozen 2, a Frozen 3, a Frozen 50. I mean,
no, why don't they do another story like Rumpelstiltskin? We haven't heard that one.
Scorpion meets Sub-Zero.
You know, I mean, if they want to take like fairy tale classics and turn them into animated features like they've been doing since Walt's era, the one they haven't done yet is Rumpelstiltskin. Why not do?
And he was featured prominently in
Once Upon a Time in the TV show. I know. I'm like, you guys are showcasing this character, but you've yet to come out with a movie, you know, on that story and bring forward the princess and put her to the front line of I forget the name the princess name in that story, but that would add to their princess line.
It would, but you know, I mean, this is where they're
Universal
going.
get there first.
Universal might get there first. Guys, thank you so much for watching today. Tom, where can people find you on our interwebs?
Be on my channel, DJ Magnify on YouTube. Your channel, Erica's channel, sometime popping up on Vash, sometimes on Pros, that game place, and I'm around modding. I'm just like I say, the bad rash. I'm everywhere. And if you're bad, I will.
That's it. You're getting the hammer.
You'll get the hammer. Go visit Tom, TJ Magnify, and on YouTube. Erica, I know that we have some banter that we do on Fridays. And tell us about Brood Banter and your channel.
So the channel is Hanging with Erica and Raph, and our stream is called Brood Banter. So you bring your brew, coffee, tea, beer, and we just sit around with friends and shoot the bull for about an hour and a half, just talking about highlights of the week, funny stuff, make it light and airy, funny. It's Friday, so we're celebrating the end of the week, start of the weekend, and it's fun. We have a lot of fun.
This is Brood. I like the song. It's it's catchy every time I listen to the opening of that.
You can
and of
thank
course,
AI for that, and Tom.
It's not just AI.
No,
yes, indeed. And then, of course, follow the Bradley's Fun. We do theme parks news. We do pop culture news. All of that kind of stuff. Thank you for coming in. If you're watching this on the replay, hit the like button. If you've made it to this part in the replay, hey, congratulations. If there's a hype button down below, you can hit the hype button because I think that's a thing now. I don't really get what it does, but apparently that's something on YouTube. We appreciate it. Like, subscribe, click the notifications bell. As Valiant likes to say, when you click the notifications bell, you click it, you stick it to the YouTube algorithm and get notified of all of our uploads here. I follow the Bradley's Fun. Actually, Valiant doesn't say that. He says subscribe and get notifications for Valiant Renegade and his channel. Why would he advertise free? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, guys, everybody out there, thank you so much for those who donated today. I think it was Flying Blind and a Rocket Cycle and First Dragon Queen. And of course, Go and Shogi. Thank you so much. Wild Man of Gavin. And I want to say definitely Kit Kat. Who else? O2RR. I saw you out there. And Izzo's Place, definitely. Thank you so much, guys. Everybody who has chimed in, thank you so much. And we'll talk about member emojis and all that kind of stuff the next day. Also, the giveaway is still going on. We have several people entered for the Figment giveaway. Keep looking out for those posts. I'm going to be giving it away probably the first full week in April, which technically is the second week of April after Easter weekend. We'll be giving that away. And so what I'm doing is posts in the community tab for members. And if you sign up under that post, you get entered. And the reason I'm doing it that way is not everybody necessarily wants the popcorn bucket, so I don't want to give it away to somebody who doesn't want it. So if you sign up that way, if you basically leave a comment on those, you're entered, and we're going to spin the wheel, and we'll be giving it away the week after Easter, the first full week of April. We'll give away that popcorn bucket. So thank you guys so much. Yes, thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you, everybody that's chimed in. Thank you, Lou, for being here, and Tom and Erica and everybody in the chat. You guys, of course, are our VIPs.
Excuse me, sir. Seeing as how the VP is such a VIP, shouldn't we keep the PC on the QT? Because if it leaks to the VC, you can end up an MIA, and then we'd all be put on KP.
I would like to leave the room now.
Oh, yes, sir.
Thank you so much, guys. Until next time, we'll see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao.
Dishes are done, man. Cleans them down to the shot. Ah!